sake, I need some ammo!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Umi here, bringing you another Battlefield 3 video. This time it's Russian Zamavan P using M16A3, as you can probably already see. That kind of rhymed a little bit. But anyway, I do apologize for not uploading a video again. I know I said this in my last video, it's been a while, but again it's been a while again because I've been sick. I've been ill basically. I've been coughing up a storm, runny nose, sore throat, whatever you can think of. I've had it. I've been in bed for like 2 weeks, not really being able to do much. So I decided to learn how to play League of Legends. That was basically, it's a game that doesn't require any reaction times because I was ill. My eyes were half closed, they were burning, so I still wanted to, you know, game a little bit, but Battlefield just wasn't working. So, and plus I couldn't really talk anyway, so couldn't really do any commentaries. But anyway, so back to hopefully posting regularly. You could probably still hear it in my voice a little bit. My throat's still a bit, it's still recovering basically. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is Medal of Honor Warfighter, as well as a few other things as well. Now, it's coming out tomorrow. Today is the day I'm doing this commentary. Actually, probably the day you're watching this, it probably came out today, so most of you are probably watching Medal of Honor Warfighter footage. But for us, for people in Europe, it comes out on Friday, so it gives me, I mean, I've been watching beta footage. I'm not sold on it. I've not played the game yet. I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. But from tomorrow to Friday, I've got 3 days of watching videos and deciding on whether I want to invest my money and my time into playing that game. So hopefully I get to see some PC footage, because if I am gonna buy it, all my games I'm gonna buy it from now on are gonna be on PC. Probably for the exception of stuff like FIFA, where controller is actually better than mouse and keyboard. But any FPS game, I will be purchasing it on PC. It's just better with mouse and keyboard. It's point and shoot and the graphics are better, etc. But I want to see some PC footage of Warfighter before Friday, before I get it. There's some things a lot of people have been complaining about in the beta, that people on the Xbox 360. So hopefully those issues get sorted out. The game looks alright for the time being. I mean, the map they chose for the beta was kind of dark, so you really couldn't see, you know, much of the graphics or much of the gameplay really. But hopefully they change the things that people have been complaining about. Mainly the what's it called now, the buddy system or whatever it's called, the partnering system, like the squads in Battlefield 3, whereas in Warfighter you only get like a squad of 2 basically. But hopefully they get that sorted out by release. We'll find out tomorrow. I'll ask the people that I know in America that are getting it excuse me, I'll ask the people in America that are getting it, see how it is, and then if I do end up getting it, I'll be posting that for a little while. Now then, I don't know if the game's gonna last. You know, a lot of Battlefield 3, sorry, has been more or less, we've got a year's playing time out of it. I mean, I still play it from time to time. It's just not my main game anymore. So I mean, I don't think Warfighter is gonna be the same type of time scale where you've got a year to play it, where you're gonna be constantly involved with the game for a year. I mean, we're still not finished. Bloody sirens, I don't know if you lot can hear that, but I do apologise for that. But hopefully the game can, you know, the game is good. Hopefully I like the game. We'll see if it can last until Battlefield 4 comes out, and I do really think Battlefield 4 is going to come out next year in 2013, because Alan Hertz, is that his name, guy on Twitter, he was actually messing about with someone on Twitter, and he let out that I wish I was playing I don't know, I think he was wanting to play Dishonored or something. He goes out, I wish I was playing Dishonored, but never mind, I'm playing Battlefield 4. So obviously he's one of the developers at DICE, so obviously the game's already in production. It's kind of obvious that if it's in production now, it's going to come out next year. Now, I've always thought of this as Battlefield 3 being a beta, and I really truly do believe like this is a Battlefield 3 has always been, I mean, it's a great game. It's the best first person shooter, military shooter on the market, like far and beyond any other military shooter. I'd play this over any of them. But you get that sense of feeling with the themed DLC and the game itself. Some of all the changes that they're making to it, like in suppression. It's like every patch. The reason why they're doing a big patch, a release at DLC release day around that time is to test the waters, see what people like and dislike. That's why the changes are so different, patch wise and in DLC wise. That's why I think the DLC is so different as well. Like if you look at all the DLC that's been released so far, BACKKK was the best one so far in my opinion, right? And that was all the Battlefield maps remastered. So I mean, I wish they'd go back to that Battlefield BACKKK type map style, which it looks like is going to be like in Aftermath, which I'm really glad about. But anyway, if you look at BACKKK and Close Quarters and Armored Kill, 3 completely different like genre of map types. And then Aftermath as well, if you look at that, I'm not too sure what Endgame's about, but Aftermath looks to be one of the best so far. I mean, I was excited about the trailer. Crossbow not so much, but the maps wise, I mean the crossbow, it depends how well it does against certain things, like the explosive tips. That's what I'm not too fond about explosive tips. Like if you hit a helicopter with an explosive tip, is that like a one-shot kill? Which I highly doubt, which I hope they don't do. But I do see downsides to the crossbow as well, and I see upsides to it as well. I mean, the crossbow, if you look at gameplay footage of it, it reloads really slow, and I mean really slow. Plus, I mean, say for example you're playing on a map like Diamond Van Peak, and you're in this situation right now. If you look at the screen right now, you're in this long range situation, and you have a crossbow as a like instead of equipment, you have a crossbow, and you've got that long range ability. If you equip the long range ability on the crossbow instead of having to use your M16 or whatever gun you have, I mean, you can mix and match it. But hopefully, I mean, I'm really looking forward to Aftermath. Really looking forward. I think it's coming out on November the 27th. But again, just going back to the Battlefield 4 and why I think it's coming out next year and what I'm hoping from what they improve from this game. Now, what I would like to see is a cross between Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 graphics and Battlefield 3 gunplay. If you know the way the engine feels, the way the character feels when you move it around, the gun sounds, the gunplay, graphically, Battlefield 3 is sound. Where I think Battlefield 3 falls down, where I think it could, where like it could take some aspects from Bad Company 2 is destruction. Like I know in some places it might not be viable to drop a whole building down, but I would just like to see a bit more destruction. Like for example, in Bad Company 2, if you saw a camper in a building, you used to just go put C4 at the corner of every single, like at the corner of each corner of that building, and you used to be able to drop the building down right on top of the guy that was camping. Now camping is a little bit more easier in this map, so it makes the people transitioning from Call of Duty easier to come over and play that defensive play style. So I mean, I wish there was a bit more destructibility, like Bad Company 2 type destructibility. I don't want to see. I don't want to go back to where in Bad Company 2 where you could just like mortar the objective over and over and take it over, like drop a building down on top of the objective, and you don't have to plant the objective. You can just do that from afar, and you've taken that objective out. I'd rather it be that you have to actually arm the objective for it to go out. Like in Bad Company 2, so for example, some objectives used to be inside, you could just drop the building down on it and win, and other ones, for example, they used to be basically just outside of a building, so even if you drop that building down, the objective was not affected. But I would like to see more Bad Company 2 style maps. I mean, there's some maps on Battlefield 3 that I really like where destruction wouldn't work. For example, Operation Metro, Grand Bazaar, it kind of wouldn't work as well, because it's, imagine Grand Bazaar. I mean, I know you can flatten the market out pretty well, but imagine, like, say for example, if you're playing Rush on Grand Bazaar and the B bomb, that whole block of building you can actually drop on its ass. It wouldn't make sense. Obviously in some parts it wouldn't make sense, but I'd just like to see a bit more destructibility. But gameplay, gun wise, I love the gunplay better than Bad Company 2. I mean, Bad Company 2 on consoles was kind of sluggish. I've not tried it on PC yet, but on consoles the character was kind of sluggish. When you want to turn, the sensitivity was really, I mean, it was easy to get used to, but it wasn't enjoyable as it is in Battlefield 3. I mean, Battlefield 3 is nice and smooth. So I would like aspects of both games to be implemented into Battlefield 4. I'm not too sure if they'll do it, but hopefully they do listen to the community, because that's what the community is kind of crying out for, is Bad Company 2 style maps in Battlefield 3 where you've got that smooth gunplay, vehicle warfare. I'm not really bothered about vehicle warfare, but in Bad Company 2 they seems to have the right balance. Like, you could be an infantry guy and you could be a vehicle guy, and both of you could like the same map. Like, for example, if you're an infantry guy, you kind of don't like Caspian Border, but if you're a vehicle guy, you love it. There's no real map where both parties can meet together. I mean, BACKKK does it well actually. It's a kind of a vehicle map and infantry map mixed, so vehicle guys are happy and infantry guys are happy. That's the kind of, you know, themed expansion that I would like. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I do want to know your lot's thoughts as well, so please leave comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. But my name's Umi, and I'm out of here. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.